in-depth, investigative. You're watching KXAN News Today at 6.
6 o'clock on this Wednesday as we take a live look outside for you to start off your morning. Thanks for waking up with us, everyone, right here on KXAN News Today as you get the coffee going. We'll get you going when it comes to your news, weather, and traffic. And the fog, do you think that that's going to be a problem?
Yeah, Eric and I have been looking at all our cameras and all of our equipment back there, and it's not terribly dense, but it's getting pretty widespread. So it's kind of one of those damp mornings and might not go anywhere really through the day either. Yikes. Yeah, and that's going to keep us, unfortunately, in the 50s now. This is a cooler first warning forecast than we were hoping for. Now, an in-depth look shows that south winds have returned, and this is your friend if you're waiting on some 70s. Those, we've got to wait one more day. South winds are now just warming us up slightly. They're also, though, bringing back the moisture, the clouds, and some light rain and fog. Radar not showing a whole lot north of Austin, partially because our Granger radar is actually in service right now. The New Braunfels radar, though, showing a good coverage of this light rain and mist moving from San Antonio into the metro this morning. Now, temperatures today, technically this is a warm-up of 5 or 6 degrees over the past few days, but it's still kind of cool with a high of only 58, and the light fog and the mist, they're not going anywhere in the metro and eastward. If you live in the hill country, hopefully a couple breaks of sun this afternoon. We'll talk about that big warm-up in just a minute. First, though, 1 year ago today, does that ring a bell? Eric and I were talking yesterday. She reminded me that we had that big winter storm. Yeah. It was actually the most disruptive one in Austin since 2011, and you were at home watching it, right?
I have, a year ago, I had a 2-month-old, so it was lovely. We were bundled, and it snowed like 3 times last year whenever she was born.
That was the third winter storm of the year already. Yeah. Only in mid-January.
Yeah, it popped up on my flashback from a year ago.
Those are fun sometimes.
Snowy back porch.
Yeah, and look at this video we pulled for you guys. The roads became icy before sunrise. You might remember this because it closed businesses, schools, and a lot of government offices. There was not much snow this time around, but it was more of an ice event with this one. Unfortunately, there were about a dozen crashes around the metro, and at least one of those crashes was deadly because of the icy roads. That was, as we mentioned, the third winter storm of the season. Fortunately, Erica, we have not seen anything like that this winter, and we don't see anything like that in your forecast going forward for a little while.
No, just some fog for this morning, and you can definitely see that on our TxDOT camera at SH-130 and Elroy Road. So the fog is really concentrated out east right now, and you can see that also on our camera, or on our maps rather, as you can see out east, Manor, Del Valley. Just watch for that fog right now, not causing any major crashes that we know of, but it's definitely something I'm watching very closely. And I'll have another check on traffic in just a few.
All right, so much needed improvements for commuters in Northwest Austin on the way.
Today, TxDOT's going to be kicking off a project they say is going to alleviate some of the heavy traffic along RM 2222. Candy Rodriguez is live there along the side of the road to show us what we can expect. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Traffic is starting to pick up this morning. Just take a look here. A lot of these people obviously trying to avoid those busy traffic hours. And for those who travel along this road, I don't have to tell you, it gets congested with a big chunk of that traffic during the morning commute coming from RM 620 and Bullock Hollow Road. But just to give you some perspective on how many cars we're talking about, let me break it down for you. For those turning on RM 2222 from 620, right before reaching Bonaventure Drive, in 2017, a little more than 39,000 cars traveled along that area every day. 5,000 more cars than 3 years earlier. To help with the demand, TxDOT will be widening a section of this road from Ribbland Ranch Drive, where we are right now, all the way up to Bonaventure Drive. It's about a mile-long stretch, and TxDOT hopes an extra lane will help ease the traffic woes. But they're going to work a little different. It's essentially going to be divided. Here's how the lanes are going to work. TxDOT will add an extra lane stretching from Bonaventure Drive, which is River Place Boulevard there on your screen, to Sitio Del Rio Boulevard heading eastbound. Then if you're heading westbound, you will notice an extra lane from Ribbland Ranch Drive to Sitio Del Rio Boulevard. TxDOT says there will also be dedicated turn lanes and raised medians. Drivers we spoke with say they can't wait.
I think that's great. Any little bit would help. I mean, I think they should have thought about that when they built these roads. I don't know why they have to constantly go back and widen everything. I mean, we're growing in Texas, so just do it while you're, starting the job.
Today, TxDOT will break ground on the project. Construction on this is expected to be completed by summer 2020. And you can see there's already some signage out here saying drive safely. But of course, with any type of project that comes to traffic, you can expect some growing pains. So expect some crews to be out here for the next 18 months. That may cause some delays throughout that time. Now, this is just one of two projects for RM 2222. The other one goes out for bid this summer, and that will be a bypass project, a bypass road from Steiner Ranch Boulevard to 2222 on 620. Guys, back to you.
Candy, thank you very much. 6:05 is the time right now, and Temple police are now waiting to hear from the medical examiner, but they believe the bodies found in Oklahoma yesterday are those of two people they've now been looking for weeks.
Jenna Scott and Michael Swearingen were last seen nearly 2 weeks ago. Their car was abandoned and found in East Austin earlier this month. Our sister stations in Waco and Oklahoma City report several law enforcement groups were investigating secret graves found near Clearview, Oklahoma yesterday. That's about an hour south of Tulsa. Jenna Scott's ex-boyfriend, Cedric Marks, had another girlfriend who went missing 10 years ago. She's never been found. Police in Bloomington, Minnesota say they've been in contact with Marks about a woman he dated and had a child with. But to be clear, we want you to know Cedric Marks has not been named as a suspect or charged in any of the cases we just talked about. April Pease has been missing since 2009. Her mother, Dottie, admits April struggled with substance abuse, but she says that April moved to Minnesota to get treatment and to get away from Cedric Marks. Now, she says the couple's relationship was not healthy.
He would threaten her, tell her she couldn't see anybody.
The Bloomington, Minnesota Police Department confirms several months went by between when April Pease was last seen and when a family member reported her missing.
And Williamson County investigators say they have a new clue in one of the longest-running cold cases in Central Texas. Sheriff Robert Chody tweeted out new information about possible suspects having to do with the 1979 case called the Orange Socks case. The body of an unidentified woman was found near Georgetown then. She had been sexually assaulted, strangled, and found wearing orange socks, hence the name. The sheriff says the DNA found on that woman has now come back to at least 2 men. Chody says that the newly discovered DNA is being processed to generate possible profiles. 15 years ago, authorities submitted that woman's DNA to the state system in hopes of identifying that woman. Confessed serial killer Henry Lee Lucas was convicted of her murder in 1984. He died in prison in 2001 after his death sentence had been commuted to life in prison. Lucas, though, confessed to killing hundreds of people. Only 3, though, were ever confirmed, including his own mother.
There's a shakeup in leadership at a Houston hospital after an unusual high number of patient deaths and other concerns there at Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center. Officials say they removed its president and other leaders this week in response to several missteps, including the deadly blood transfusion on an emergency room patient. The hospital also lost Medicare and Medicaid funding to treat heart transplants after the government found the hospital failed to fix those ongoing issues. Back here at home, Travis County leaders are making room for the new fleet of Starflight helicopters first responders use in case of an emergency. Commissioners approved the sale of the current fleet to a private company called Reach Air Medical. The new helicopters were supposed to arrive last month, but they've been delayed. No word, though, yet on when the new fleet will arrive, but the sale to Reach Air Medical is going to be delayed until we get them.
Take a look at this. A gigantic disc of ice floating on a river in Maine. Some folks saying it looks like some sort of alien spacecraft. It was actually rotating there in the river in the town of Westbrook, Maine. The folks there say this is formed by the river's currents, kind of making a little eddy there, I suppose, causing the disc. It's estimated to be about 100 yards across.
Wow.
It looks really cool.
It does.
Yeah.
Boy. Makes you glad you live in Texas.
It looks really cold.
It looks really cold,
yes, it does.
And we're chilly, guys, for one more day in the 50s. This warm-up is coming a little bit more slowly than we had originally anticipated because clouds, fog, and some light mist are falling through much of the day. You can see those clouds widespread, some rain from Austin southward. This is helping your cedar allergies for once. Cedar's actually low, mold medium, so hopefully your allergies a little bit less bad, we'll say, than they usually are in the winter. 58 degrees today. This is a cooler forecast now because of the gray skies, the fog, and the mist, which might hold on through much of the afternoon. But tomorrow, Friday, finally that big warm up. I promise it's coming. 71 tomorrow, 74 with some late night storms possible on Friday. Hey, before we get to the weekend forecast, a quick thank you to a big group I spoke to yesterday out at UT. This is the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, a continuing education group. Really smart folks out at UT. We had a great talk about climate change affecting Hurricane Harvey, the recent October floods out in the hill country. So I appreciate them having me. Lots of good questions. All right, now your weekend forecast coming up in just a bit. We've got that cold front, but an update this morning, it doesn't look quite as bad. We'll help you make plans around it next. Let's check with Erica. Still no bad accidents out there?
No, right now I wanted to show you this live look from our TechStop camera at I-35 in Howard. And let me step on the screen to point out this stalled vehicle. As you head southbound, it's off on the shoulder, and the car did have its flashers on, but just in the last few seconds, the flashers aren't on anymore. So not what I would recommend. If you're on the shoulder, definitely keep on those flashers. But you can see traffic coming in southbound is moving along nicely, so we don't have any big issues there. But again, just that stalled vehicle southbound 35 at Howard Lane on the right shoulder. Here's how everything else looks. You can definitely see that fog. So this is just something to be mindful of. Maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time. And then those delays definitely starting on northbound 35 as you come in from Buda. Right now, about a 23-minute commute.
I won't forget the snowcat right now. I mean, that's living life.
An experienced hiker ends up lost in the snow. How a news crew, though, was able to help get him to safety.
A 2-year-old little girl thrown from a car and survives. How she was able to make it out and she wasn't hurt.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday only. Save 20% off store-wide with no minimum purchase. Or pay no interest for 60 months with no money down. 3 days only. Saturday through Monday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Experience the Volvo XC range today at the all-new Volvo Cars of Austin. Online at volvoaustin.com.
Kick off the new year in a new RV from Crestview RV in Georgetown. New 2019 Keystone Summerlin 26-foot travel trailers, just $14,995 or $149 a month. Well-equipped heating and air conditioning, full kitchen and bath, and it sleeps a family of 8. Family adventure for just $14,995 or $149 a month. Crestview, your Keystone RV headquarters. Crestview RV in Georgetown, I-35 North, exit 268. Online anytime at CrestviewRV.com. CrestviewRV.com.
Why are Subaru Outback owners always smiling? Because they've chosen the industry leader. Subaru Outback holds its value better than any other vehicle in its class according to ALG. Better than Murano. Better than Santa Fe Sport. Better than Edge. Make every adventure a happy one with Subaru Outback.
Get 0% APR financing on the 2019 Subaru Outback now through January 31st.
This year, get the most out of your budget and get what you really want. When you use Consolo Payment Finder, you'll find the lowest payment tailored to you. It's time for a big screen, or you can upgrade to a big screen. You could get this, unless this is what you really want. Whether you have good credit to no credit, Cons Home Plus works with you, so you can turn this into this. Make it happen.
Happy New Year from our family at Don Hewlett Chevrolet. And with the start of 2019, be the first to drive a brand new 2019 Chevrolet Silverado. Right now, save $7,000 on a new 2019 Chevrolet Silverado LT Texas Edition Crew Cab. That's $7,000 off the baddest truck on the road. Don Hewlett Chevrolet is your Chevrolet dealer for 2019. Find new roads at I-35 and the Westinghouse exit in Georgetown or donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Let Ashley Home Store's Sleep Geeks find you the perfect mattress for your body. Right now, buy a queen mattress for the low price of a twin. The best sleep of your life starts here. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
If you were injured in a crash, you may be entitled to recover damages. Call Thomas J. Henry. Our attorneys are available 24/7, nights and weekends.
Good morning. 6:14 is the time right now as you look at downtown Austin, shrouded in a bit of fog and mist. David says it's going to be one of those kind of days today, but there is a warm-up coming soon, so we're going to check in with him in a bit. It's day 26 now of the government shutdown, and lawmakers from the House Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, as they're calling themselves, they're going to be meeting with the president today, but with low hopes for a breakthrough. This comes after the president bypassed Democratic leaders and invited the rank-and-file members of the Democrats to come talk at the White House. All of them declined. Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell refuses to schedule votes on bills that the House is passing that would reopen some of the agencies in the government. And because of the impasse, the House and Senate are now set to cancel their recesses that were set for next week.
NASA employees are fed up with working without pay.
Hey, ho, ho, shutdown has to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, shutdown has to go.
About 3 dozen furloughed employees rallied outside the Johnson Space Center in Houston yesterday. They hope to get their jobs back on track. Now, this current shutdown is the longest in U.S. history. The man at the center of several murder investigations and featured in the documentary The Jinx will go on trial in September. Albert Durst faces charges for killing his friend Susan Berman 18 years ago in California. And prosecutors claim Durst was trying to keep her from telling police what she may have known about the disappearance of his wife in the 80s. Now, 15 years ago, Durst was acquitted of killing his neighbor in Galveston.
A truck driver in Minnesota caught the moment that a 2-year-old girl fell out of her mom's car while it was moving. Take a look here. The truck driver then raced to that toddler's side. She was still strapped into her car seat and thankfully appeared to be okay.
And Chad Cheddar says he tried to flag down the mom, but the mom just kept on going. Says it wasn't until about 15 minutes later she returned, and then police gave the little girl, who wasn't hurt, thank goodness, back to her mom.
Unbelievable. All right, so it may be time to give some money to the person that actually owns the Netflix account that you have been using and pirating their password. The streaming service is going to be raising the subscription prices across the country again. All 3 of their plans going up by $2. So the standard plan, which is now $11, going up to $13 a month.
And Netflix, the new members, you're going to see the price hike immediately. If you already have an account, you're going to see it within the next several months. Investors reacted to the news. Netflix shares went up by 6% on Wall Street yesterday. Now, the streaming company has already gained 30% in the first few weeks of 2019.
All right, hard to imagine, but South by Southwest is now less than 2 months away. Organizers have added more speakers to the list as well. Keynote speaker Bozoma St. John is the chief marketing officer of Endeavor. Actor and director Olivia Wilde going to be there. Also Instagram co-founder Mike Krieger. And then featured speakers just added: New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, singer-songwriter David Crosby, author Neil Gaiman, Bird founder and CEO Travis Vander Zanden, and actor Henry Winkler going to be speaking. We have the full list for you on our website, KXAN.com.
I'm hoping to listen to George Strait, to tell you the truth. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him.
Hey, George Strait, she's excited to see him, and he did not disappoint when he closed out the inaugural ball for Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. Opened up with this hit, The Fireman. Wow, his first heard in 1985. Country singer Aaron Watson was there, as well as Lieutenant Governor Patrick and Governor Abbott, of course, hitting the stage as well. That's awesome.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but that woman we heard from there, she is the chair of the GOP in one of the counties here in Texas. She's basically saying, I mean, yeah, Governor, that's great, but I'm really here to see George Strait.
Right. That's amazing.
He's been popular for so long.
I know, and that song is still a classic.
Yes,
yeah.
A very Texas evening.
For sure.
No doubt. Well, we're going to have to wait one more day, guys, to get out of the 50s. This is a new update to your forecast because the clouds, the fog, and the mist are rolling in a little thicker than we were hoping. Embassy Suites downtown weather cam, it's not as cold this morning because south winds are blowing, 50 degrees, and notice here that is 4 or 5 degrees warmer than yesterday. But again, it's kind of a dreary and still damp, cool day in the 50s. Fog forecast here showing some fog, pretty widespread, but not terribly thick. Here's the thing though, look at this. That's 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. The fog, if you live in the metro or eastward, it might not move much all day. Hill country, hopefully you guys out in Llano, for instance, have have a couple peaks of sun later on. In Austin, not hopeful for any sunshine, really. It is a little warmer, but it's still cooler than average in the 50s with some light mist and fog at times through the day. Now, tomorrow, Friday, we do look a lot warmer. We do look generally dry, but here comes that big weekend storm. I'm now able to give you your first look, and it is an impressive one, pinwheeling over the Pacific. Here's the big change, though. It's still cold and windy this weekend, but it's not quite as cold as we feared. You'll notice the temperatures here on the weekend forecast trending slightly warmer. It's still cold and windy again as temperatures fall behind that quick early morning rain on Saturday. Now, Saturday, the rest of the day, the sun is out. It's just cold, and that cold weather will last through the day Sunday. But notice, 33, that's not quite as bad as the 20s we were thinking yesterday. Maybe that's good news if you're running the half marathon. This is a fast course already, the fastest in the country because it's downhill the whole way. And now you've got a 25-mile-an-hour tailwind. So you might set a personal record, but the wind chills, don't forget, they're going to be in the 20s. So wrap your ears up. Bring some gloves, etc., etc. Okay, so there's the weekend forecast. Sunny but cold and windy. It now looks like we will still freeze in Austin on Martin Luther King morning, but not a hard freeze, just 30 degrees. So hopefully we don't need to wrap your pipes and do all that. Next week, after a brief warm-up on Tuesday, another cold front and at least one more Arctic blast during your 8 to 14-day outlook. More colder than normal weather is still to come this winter. Okay, Erica Brennis joins us, and she says the biggest issue, not an accident, but the weather.
Yeah, you know, I really like to focus on what's happening on those main lanes.
Yes.
And right now, I-35 Mopac is looking good. We're still in the green.
Good, not like yesterday.
I know. This time yesterday, it was a different story for sure. So let's take a live look outside this fog along I-30 or SH-130 rather at Elroy Road. You do have to kind of put those cameras east right now to really see that fog. The I-35 cameras and Mopac cameras are still looking pretty good. This is how things are shaping up across the entire area. That stalled vehicle that was at Howard Lane southbound is clear, so that's good news. But check it out. This is how much fog you can see on our radar here on the traffic maps. But again, stalled vehicle is clear, so that's good. So now we're just kind of watching those drive times start to heat up. For those of you coming in from the Buda area headed to downtown, about a 25-minute commute on northbound 35. Southbound 35 from Round Rock to downtown, you're looking at about a 36-minute commute. We'll have more traffic and weather in 10.
It's the inventory overstock sell-off at Lazy Boy. Hurry in and save up to 50% on $5 million in factory direct overstock. Everything must go. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Once again, the Niall Maxwell Supercenter is the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram sales leader in Central Texas. Get a fast start in 2019 during the Start Something New sales event. Save thousands on every new 2019 Jeep Wrangler at the Niall Maxwell Supercenter.
Maxwell's got the Jeeps. Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Give me one word to describe this chicken.
Awesome. Yum.
Like Mama's. Feed the whole family with 9 pieces of Golden Chick legs and thighs and a family side for just $10.99.
Golden Chick.
So good.
Hi, I'm Alex Flores, the crazy guy in the Capital Chevrolet commercials. But not now. I want to say thank you to all our customers, family, and friends for making us the #1 volume Chevy dealer in Austin. Over 3,500 customers chose Capital Chevrolet in 2018. And through all the craziness, it is our sincere commitment to your satisfaction that drives us and motivates us every day. I'm a veteran, and veterans are always welcome at Capital Chevrolet, the #1 volume Chevy dealer in Austin.
The perfect bed is your personal oasis, a reflection of your style and needs. That's why Louis Shanks offers an infinite selection of fine home furnishings in every style. Visit our new Reflections Custom Design Center where pieces can be designed to perfectly fit you. Or partner with one of our experienced designers to help make your dream home a reality. Room by room or one piece at a time. Louis Shanks Furniture. We live to help you love where you live.
At the Roger Beasy family of dealerships, we're proud to be partnered with a premium car brand like Mazda.
Now that it's a new year, we think it's the perfect time to experience Mazda with a test drive. Once you get behind the wheel, you'll know what it means to feel alive. Stop by any of our convenient locations today to get an exceptional value on a Mazda that's just right for you. We're Roger Beasy Mazda, homegrown in Austin and proud to support our community. 4 locations, 1 website, rogerbcmazda.com.
Get ready to make a fitness connection. We know the best workout is the one that works for you. And for just $10 a month, we connect you with more than any other gym. At Fitness Connection, you get all the classes, multiple training styles, tons of amenities, even a free kids club, all included for just $10 a month with no contracts ever. And with over 40 locations, it's never been easier to reach your fitness goals. So don't just join a gym, make a fitness connection.
It's the inventory overstock sell-off at Lazy Boy. Hurry in and save up to 50% on $5 million in factory direct overstock. Everything must go. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
KXAN News is brought to you by Heritage at Vizcaya by Taylor Morrison Homes, a new active lifestyle community in the Round Rock area for 55 and better, with homes in the mid-200s.
Good morning, 6:44. Right now is the time looking again at that fog-shrouded downtown Austin this morning. It's a damp, misty, kind of cool morning. David's going to be joining us with a look at the forecast here in a bit. Erica's going to have a look at the roads as well. But it's probably not something that you see every day or maybe even ever. A pair of women caught dancing on top of their car on a busy interstate. This is in St. Louis, Missouri. Another driver captured the video showing the women, it says here in quotes, twerking on top of their Chevy Suburban. Another woman hanging out the window, recording video of them doing it as well.
The woman who posted the video online said she hopes someone will recognize the people, and that's why she didn't call police. But when police saw it online, because a lot of people were seeing it, they said, this really is just not a smart thing to do, because these women could have hurt themselves. It could have fallen off the vehicle and somebody else could have hurt them. You know, so
6:25 right now. Ohio State University has a new innovation that you're going to wish was on your campus or at your work. A pizza ATM. A few simple clicks of pizza ready in about 4 minutes. It is pre-sliced 10-inch pizza. You can choose from cheese or pepperoni. It's the third machine of this type to be rolled out in the U.S. The others are in Cincinnati and in Cleveland. So apparently Ohio has cornered the market on pizza vending machines. We have heard a lot of stories about how strangers are now stepping in to help federal workers who aren't getting paid right now.
So many people are spending their own money to take food to federal workers like pizza. The shutdown, though, has the attention of the local food bank as well. So coming up, the response the local food bank is doing and is making today.
NBC has Wednesday's most watched dramas with Chicago Med.
She doesn't have much time.
Fire.
Stay focused on me. We're going to get you out of here.
And PD.
Hands in the air now! Officer down!
An all-new Chicago Wednesday tonight on NBC.
Nothing in this world worth having ever comes easy.
The hardest thing to overcome is yourself.
This is everything I've worked for. This is what I'm meant to do.
All new Titan games, Thursday on NBC.
The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard eyesight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Get this exceptional lease value today with complimentary maintenance included. Only at Subaru of Georgetown. Online at SubaruGeorgetown.com.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers, helping injured people get the most money possible.
Hiring Wainwright was a no-brainer.
Standing by 24/7, nights and weekends.
The right lawyers won big for me.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers. Respect, justice, demanded.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Right now, you can lease a value-packed 2019 Tiguan S for just $199 a month, now with the People First warranty.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
Your Buick doesn't have a roof rack. This is my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Celebrate the new year with Buick. Now pay no interest for 72 months on most Buick models.
See your Central Texas Buick dealers.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card. Even when I'm spending, I'm earning 1.5% cash back on everything I buy. Earning on my favorite soup. Got it. Earning on that eclair. Don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. Let me get the big one. Nope. This one? Nope. This one? No. Let me get them all. I'm gonna get them all. Just the basics. Can you double bag this right here? Earn 1.5% cash back on everything you buy with Freedom Unlimited. Can you also tell me what it is? Chase, make more of what's yours.
During Stan's winter sale, get a free furnace, free Wi-Fi thermostat, free air cleaner, and up to $5,100 back when you install a super efficient carrier system.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Look at this. This is a live look that we have over by the airport, you said, David?
Yeah, Live Oak Brewing Company out in southeast Austin.
Okay, and so that's the rain that seems dramatic. It's because they're shining the light out there. But it may be dramatic for you because it may slow down some traffic out there. How's it looking, Erica?
Well, we definitely see the fog around the area. So there's some minor crashes here and there, but none of them on, I-35, Mopac, 183. So.
Good. Okay.
A torrential mist out there.
Right. It looks like snow. Actually.
That's what it looks like in your headlights, really. Just a cloud on the ground, and we do have some fog across the area. This is coming in on the south wind, which is going to aid us in the warm-up over the next few days. But right now, it's kind of slow to warm us up because it's also bringing back humidity, clouds, fog, and mist. You saw that all on the camera a moment ago. Current visibility, we've got some thick fog out in southeast Austin, but really, we're not expecting like a dense fog advisory type of morning, just this widespread lighter fog, and it's not going anywhere through the day from Austin eastward. That translates to a slightly more mild, but still cooler than normal day, and it's just sort of dreary out there. Some fog, mist, and drizzle this morning and this afternoon at the bus stop with a high in the upper 50s at 58. Big warm up right around the corner coming up in just a moment. As you hit the road, we also have your forecast on KVET 98.1. First, check out this video. California is getting slammed by yet another Pacific storm, and look at this remnants of a mudslide. 14 homes there are under voluntary evacuation orders. This mudslide damaged a home seriously outside of LA yesterday. Now, we're hearing that the force of that mud and debris flow was so strong, it actually pushed this home's guest house off of its foundation. Fortunately, everybody was okay. Nobody was injured. Of course, heavy rains plus recent wildfires leading to easier trouble with mudslides out there today. All right, now over to Erica. We are seeing some damp roads here and there.
Yeah, nothing I-35. This is at Slaughter, and there is a crash reported on the service road, but clearly not impacting as far as the main lanes. This is just what you would expect to see at about 6:30 on a Wednesday morning. So that's what we're seeing, is that usual delay popping up at this time of the morning around the area. But that fog is very visible here on our maps. Do watch for some delays if you're coming in from Manor, obviously one of the areas where the fog is a little bit more dense, so keep that in mind. And then those drive times for those of you coming in from Buda, headed up to downtown, about a 27-minute commute or so. The other end, southbound 35, Round Rock to downtown, you're looking at about a 36-minute commute. We will have another check of your traffic in 10.
Thank you, Erica. And speaking of the traffic, good news, bad news for people who drive 2222 in northwest Austin. Things are going to be getting better, but it's going to take a bit before we get to that point. TxDOT is breaking ground today on a widening project between Bonaventure Drive and Riblin Ranch Drive. The project is expected to take about 18 months to finish, but it's going to add an extra travel lane in certain parts and also add turn lanes as well as a raised median to the road.
We are learning that an American and a University of Texas graduate student was among the 14 people killed yesterday in a terror attack in Africa. 40-year-old Jason Spindler died when an Islamic extremist group with ties to al-Qaeda stormed a hotel in Nairobi, Kenya. The attacks Tuesday started with car bombs before it escalated to an attack on the hotel. Spindler joined the Peace Corps after the September 11th terrorist attacks. He was also a graduate of NYU Law. Spindler's mom tells NBC News her son was trying to make a positive change in the world and when it comes to emerging markets as well. We are learning more this morning how a social media post ended with a man dead and his girlfriend behind bars. It happened near Rampart and Palmer in North Austin. Police say 2 days before Christmas, 20-year-old Autumn King picked up a rifle and posed for a photo. She told officers she didn't touch the trigger hard, but it was hard enough that the gun fired. killing 26-year-old Eric Allen.
She was reckless when she took this rifle, possibly believing that it was loaded, and then aiming it directly at our victim, who was supposed to be taking a Snapchat photo of her.
According to the arrest affidavit, investigators say they found a video, though, on King's phone that shows the couple fighting over alleged cheating, and that video was recorded 16 minutes before the 911 call came in. King is now facing a felony manslaughter charge. British lawmakers have rejected Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit deal. It's now plunging UK politics into crisis just 10 weeks before that country is due to leave the European Union. The House of Commons voted 432 to 202 yesterday against a deal that May struck with the EU back in November.
Well, due to the partial federal government shutdown, Capital Metro says they're going to offer free rides to those who are impacted. The services say that they will give you free rides, and it's going to last the duration of the shutdown. All you have to do is show your federal employee ID to the bus operator so you can get your free ride. The IRS is sending about 46,000 furloughed employees back to work. Almost 60% of the workforce will handle tax returns and payout refunds. The employees will not be paid. The official start of tax filing season is coming up January 28th.
Well, the public is coming together to help federal workers who have now been working without a paycheck.
Around the country, pizzas are being delivered to airport workers. Actor and pilot Treat Williams went ahead and bought breakfast and lunch for employees at the Albany International Airport yesterday. And in Hawaii, even free meals are being given to federal workers and their families.
Seems like they're being ignored or being punished for something that they have no power over.
They're still working without pay, and I really feel bad for them.
The shutdown has the attention of the Central Texas Food Bank because it's holding a special food distribution and resource fair for furloughed federal employees. And that is happening today at 9 o'clock this morning until 5 o'clock this evening.
And remember yesterday we told you about those two pilots from here in Austin who are coming together to also help the air traffic controllers. They've been gathering gift cards from HEB, $20 a pop, and today they intend to deliver those to those air traffic controllers. If you want to see the full story, you can go to our website, KXAN.com. Today, a group of lawmakers are expected to meet with the president, though, in an attempt to come up with a fix for the shutdown.
Day 26 into it, and 800,000 federal workers are still without a paycheck. Susan McGinnis has the latest on prospects for a breakthrough. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sally. That's right. There is this meeting today, and it does include members of Congress from both parties, but there is not a lot of hope for a deal. With federal workers soon to miss a second paycheck, lawmakers from the House Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus meet with the president today. But hopes aren't high following Tuesday's debacle when the president bypassed Democratic leaders and invited rank-and-file Democrats to talk. All of them declined.
This was supposed to be a bipartisan lunch, and the sheer fact that not a single Democrat was able to show up is pretty telling.
Well, I'll meet with him anytime he wants.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell refuses to schedule votes on bills the House passed that would reopen some agencies.
The Senate Majority Leader could end this shutdown today.
Clearly, the Democrats' priorities are way out of whack here. Way out of whack.
Republicans are feeling the heat. Trump some, but he seems impervious to people's pain, which is just disgusting.
To mitigate the shutdown's impact, the White House has reportedly called back nearly 50,000 federal workers to resume functions including food inspections, overseeing airline safety, and processing tax refunds. But they'll do it without pay. Now, because of this impasse, both the House and the Senate are ready to pull the trigger and cancel their recess scheduled for next week. Sally?
All right, Susan, thank you. Governor Abbott, both Texas senators and members of Congress have sent a letter to President Trump asking him not to take money away from Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund and don't use it for your border wall.
And the letter says that recent reports have indicated that your administration is considering the use of U.S. Army Corps of Engineers funds appropriated by Congress and intended for Hurricane Harvey recovery and mitigation efforts in an effort to secure our southern border. Now, we strongly support securing the border with the additional federal resources, including technical infrastructure, technology, ports of entry improvements, and personnel. However, we are strongly opposed to using funds appropriated by Congress for disaster relief and mitigation for Texas for any unintended purpose.
A missing hiker is safe after getting lost on Oregon's Mount Hood.
Really crazy story here. Ed Lipscomb was spotted by a news chopper yesterday afternoon after he had gotten lost in a whiteout there on the mountain. The experienced 68-year-old climber was not hurt, according to police. Lipscomb says that he tackled Mount Hood 182 times, but this one obviously was different.
But every now and then, something happens you don't expect. And, you didn't have a choice. I had to call.
Well, the man told authorities that he was dressed for the weather, also had some food and water with him, which is good. Several hours after he was spotted, rescue crews were then able to reach the hiker and guide him down the mountain. Lipscomb says that if all the conditions are right, he's going to be back out there again next week. So apparently not scared off by that whole thing.
Almost 200 times. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's an 11,000-foot mountain.
Gives me chills.
That's no joke.
How about the news choppers, the one that spotted him too?
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a little foggy out there, guys, today, and it's not really going anywhere. This is different than what we typically see when the fog burns off by 9 or 10 a.m. Dense fog on our southeast Austin cam near the airport on Highway 71 near I-35. Temperatures a little bit more mild. You don't need the heavy coat anymore, certainly. 40s in San Marcos and Lockhart and Georgetown, 50 degrees right now in Austin. Today, a little bit slower of a warm-up than we were hoping because the dreary weather sticks around. 58 for one more day, then finally the lower 70s tomorrow and middle 70s on Friday. That Friday rain chance, though, that's late at night with the cold front that's coming. Coming up, remember yesterday we were talking about this seriously cold front? We're still tracking it for the weekend, but a little update, it's now trending a little bit warmer. We'll have your latest freezing cold temperatures, show you where that's still expected, and help you make plans around what's coming our way next. As you hit the road, KVET 98.1 is where you can find your forecast. Let's go over to Erica now as we watch for the morning rush to develop.
I know it is developing. It is starting for sure. This is northbound 35 at Slaughter. We do have a crash on the service road near Slaughter, between Slaughter and William Cannon. So just kind of watch for that, maybe adding some extra delays. But those main lanes look exactly as you would expect them to look on a Wednesday morning at this time. The big picture, this is how things are shaping up. 183 coming in from Cedar Park used to look pretty good. So does Mopac in both directions. 360 still in the green. Just watch for that fog. Some delays in Manor as you head westbound on 290 coming into SH 130, 183 in the downtown area. Those drive times right now, again, kind of typical for this time of morning. Buda to downtown, you have about a 26-minute commute or so. We'll have another check of traffic in just a few.
Erica, thank you very much. This time of year, Goodwill usually sees a lot of donations, but coming up, we're going to tell you how a popular new Netflix show has been influencing perhaps more people to donate this season.
And the newest high-tech shoes hitting the market, how you can control these Nikes all by the touch of your app.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday only. Save 20% off store-wide with no minimum purchase. Or pay no interest for 60 months with no money down. 3 days only. Saturday through Monday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
What should I be looking for when buying a used car for my daughter? Hi, I'm Niall Maxwell. When a customer asked me that the other day, I said nothing. When you buy from us, we thoroughly inspect every pre-owned vehicle in our inventory, and those that qualify come with our free Maxwell Forever Lifetime Protection Plan. So you don't have to worry. Come join our family at the Niall Maxwell family of dealerships, and you can also see our entire pre-owned inventory online at niallmaxwell.com.
A company premiere of this powerful vision of humanity and hope, Austin Opera presents Putz and Campbell's Pulitzer Prize-winning modern classic Silent Night, January 26th, 31st, and February 3rd at the Long Center. Tickets available at austinopera.org.
Look forward, hit the gas, focus on the road before you. The redesigned Honda Civic with standard Honda sensing and a multi-angle rear view camera. It's fun, always.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers, helping injured people get the most money possible.
The right lawyers helped me through every step of the process. Wainwright did a great job.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers. Respect, justice, demand it.
Life moves, and we move with it.
until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits and brings us to a stop. That's why there's The Joint Chiropractic, a national network of chiropractic clinics that keep people moving, healthy, and active. At The Joint Chiropractic, you never need an appointment or insurance, and we're open evenings and weekends. Come in for our new patient special. Get an exam, consultation, and adjustment for just $29 and keep your life moving.
We're doing karaoke later, and you're gonna sing.
Jamie, this is your house?
I know, it's not much, but it's home. Right, kids?
Kids.
You didn't tell me your friends were coming?
Oh, yeah.
This one is tiny, like a child.
Yeah, she is. Oh, but seriously, it's good to be surrounded by what matters most. A home and auto bundle from Progressive.
Oh, sweetie, please, play for us.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday only. Save 20% off store-wide with no minimum purchase. Or pay no interest for 60 months with no money down. 3 days only. Saturday through Monday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
I'm Jody Barr, investigating for you. Report it at KXAN.com.
6:45 is the time right now. Kids retailer Gymboree says it's planning to close all 900 of its stores here in the U.S. Wall Street Journal says the company is going to file for bankruptcy protection this week. It would be the second time it's done that in 2 years. The company that owns and operates Gymboree also operates Janie and Jack in Crazy 8. Those stores, though, may be safe if the company can find a buyer for them.
Okay, birth control may soon be an easier option for some women. With research over at Georgia Tech University, they have developed a patch that a woman can wear on her arm or leg and get a month's worth of birth control. And unlike other long-acting contraceptives like implants and IUDs, this is a patch that would not require you to go to the doctor. It uses micro needles to implant into a woman's skin and dissolve slowly over time. More testing is needed, but they say the patch, if it is approved, would only cost about $1 a dose.
All right, so the hoverboards that they had in Back to the Future, still not yet a reality, but these self-lacing shoes perhaps becoming a bit closer. In fact, they're here. Nike has revealed its newest self-lacing basketball shoe. It's called the Nike Adapt BB. The shoes are controlled by an app that's going to monitor the player's steps and the tension in the foot. Once the kinks are ironed out, the company plans to expand the technology to other sports and lifestyle products. I feel like tying your shoes is not that big of an issue. Like, we don't need this product just yet, especially when you figure they're $350.
I need it. I need it in my life. I need it to use my app so my kid cannot complain about not tying his shoes. I could tie his shoes for him,
Velcro.
But not for $350.
Yeah, get him the Velcro shoes. That's easy.
He's 9. That's not happening.
No, not cool enough for him. 6:46 is the time right now. Netflix is helping pack rats keep their New Year's resolutions and finally clear all of that junk out of their closets.
They have so much stuff.
It's a never-ending battle to fight the clutter. With the baby coming, we got to get our stuff in order.
All right, this show is a hit. Did you hear about Tidying Up with Marie Kondo? So many people have, and they're starting to do exactly that, cleaning out their house. It's been a hit since it debuted earlier this year.
Yeah, and local resale shops say they typically see more donations at this time of year in January, but they're seeing a whole lot more this year compared to last year, and perhaps that show could be the reason why. Chris Davis joining us with that story. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, John and Sally. So once you clean up your house, you've got to do something with all of that stuff that you don't want or don't need anymore. So I gave this a real brief shot last night. Now, this is a process, so I couldn't make a lot of actual progress here, but I'm going to take you through the general idea. Basically, you take each item individually and you hold it and you ask yourself, does this spark joy? If it does, you keep it. If not, you get rid of it. So a pair of shoes that I got for a friend's wedding that I don't think I've worn since, probably not. A pair of shorts that I don't think I've ever worn, definitely not. And all of this stuff has got to go somewhere, and a lot of it is coming to places like Goodwill. It can be daunting going through everything.
Yes, everything.
Nina Jolly found the boost she needed on Netflix. She and her husband went full Kondo.
We binge watched it over 3 days. And then we read her book, and then we found a consultant in town.
Goodwill turns donations into programs to help people $1 at a time. And tidying up is filling up the shelves.
But it actually specifically talks about donating your items, and I think that that does make a difference for what we're trying to do.
Goodwill Central Texas can't say for sure if people are donating more because of the show, but they're definitely donating more. January is always a good month for Goodwill, but compared to a year ago, they're seeing thousands more donations this year. And people are talking online about the show and donating too.
So anecdotally, it seems to be spurring the conversation.
So we're really clearing out everything.
Even selling one of their cars.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jolly says a lot of this stuff used to bring her joy. Now she hopes the money it brings in will bring joy to those who need it.
Thank you. And I'll be back. This is my third load, and I'll be back with more.
Now, of course, the hope for Goodwill at this point is that this isn't short-lived, that this show continues to spur people to donate. And, of course, Goodwill is not the only place that you can donate. The Salvation Army, Easter Seals, Manos de Cristo takes clothing, the Free Store, a lot of places that you can take all the stuff that you are cleaning out so it doesn't go to waste. We'll send it back to you.
I was just asking Rosie, our host of 512, because she's seen it.
Yeah.
You know, what is Marie doing? How is she so inspiring people? And she says it's because she kind of links it to decluttering your mind, decluttering your house, and it leads to other things. Success.
Success.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
But last year's tax cuts, and you're thinking, well, maybe I'll donate so I can get some tax cuts. No. The Jobs Act eliminated many incentives, and economic experts say that could spark a decrease in donations that nonprofits are used to getting. Under the law, to gain more tax breaks by itemized donations, singles and couples, you need to give more than the standard deduction. That deduction nearly doubled for both, from $6,350 to $12,000 for singles, and then if you're married, a couple, $12,700 all the way up to $24,000 for couples. And that's a lot of money.
One of the great moments of my life was when we moved to Austin. There was a lot of stuff that I told my wife, I thought you probably should get rid of those clothes. You're not going to wear them. And she's like, no, I want to keep them. Then when we moved again recently, she's like, I'm going to get rid of these clothes. And I was like,
yes, it's nice. Clear out cabinets a little bit, clothes.
I'm a big proponent of that. You clear out things, maybe it's less clutter in your head, too.
And I think moving, you said it, that's the easiest time to do it.
That's the best part about moving is the purge.
Or getting married and your wife's like, that's going to go. That's out of here.
Those clothes are done. Let me take you outside, guys. It's foggy, it's misty. This is what we've got kind of through the day from Lakeway and Austin through our eastern communities. Now, this has become a south wind. Because the south wind is blowing, we're a little more humid, we're a little warmer, 50 degrees right now. That's 4 or 5 degrees warmer than that cooler morning we had yesterday. Now, the south wind is warming us up, but it's also bringing the dreary weather. We've got some widespread, mainly light fog this morning. And look at this afternoon, this evening. If you live east of 281 and certainly east of I-35, it's not really going anywhere. So how does this look for your day? Kind of looks like it looks right now. If you're in the hill country, hopefully a couple breaks of sun and slightly warmer. But boy, in Austin, it's just not that nice. A little mist, a little light fog, and temperatures not much warmer yet at 58. Finally, we have some 70s coming briefly tomorrow and Friday. But then, remember that weekend cold front? We've been warning you this might be the coldest weekend of the winter. Here's an update for you this morning. This impressive storm is still going to make it cold and windy. I want to be clear about that. But it's not quite as cold now as we once thought. Let's check it out. Before you wake up on Sunday, this is very quick pre-dawn rain. The 50% chance of rain is not after 9 a.m. The sun is actually out all weekend, but remember the temperatures drop and it gets really windy. Notice if you've been following our forecast though, these lows Sunday and Monday morning, they're no longer in the 20s. They're a little bit more reasonable, and maybe that's good news if you're running the 3M half on Sunday morning. This is a fast half marathon course already because it's going downhill. Now add in a 25-mile-an-hour tailwind, and it's going to be cold with wind chills in the 20s, so bundle up, but hopefully this is not quite as unreasonably cold as those teens that I was fearing for your wind chills at this time yesterday. So stay with us. There's still time to adjust that weekend forecast. Here's the foggy, misty day today. Some warmer temperatures Thursday and Friday. After that cold weekend, Monday morning still looks like our coldest, but no longer a hard freeze, just a light freeze, 30 degrees in Austin. couple days of warming after that, and then another cold front and possibly a colder than normal 2-week outlook toward the end of the month. All right, back to Erica now. Are we seeing those delays continue to get worse?
Yeah, we are, of course, looking live from our TxDOT camera at I-35 up closer to the Round Rock area. So at Old Settlers Boulevard, you can see those southbound lanes, heavy traffic as you try to make your way towards the downtown area. Just watch out for that slow down and that commute. Your time, about a 40-minute drive if you are coming from Round Rock headed to downtown. The opposite end, Buda to downtown. If you notice, 10 minutes ago, this commute was about 25 minutes. Now it's 30 minutes. There is a crash northbound right around William Cannon, that Slaughter area that we've been watching, impacting northbound 35. So just definitely give yourself some extra time if that's your area. Also watch for that fog out east. Mopac, though, you still look good, but we do see those delays cooking up southbound 183 coming from Cedar Park to Mopac. You have about a 20-minute drive time or so. We'll have another check of your traffic and weather after the break.
Eat smart, add color, move more. Be well. Simple changes to your lifestyle can lead to big improvements in your well-being.
And it doesn't have to be hard. KXAN believes in simple health.
We're committed to bringing you stories, updates, and healthy living tips so that you can live your best life.
Quick recipes,
easy ways to get physical,
and new developments in the world of science and medicine.
You can find that and more on KXAN News
and by visiting KXAN.com/simplehealth today.
Start your new year off right and save thousands at Niall Maxwell GMC. Get a fast start in 2019 with red tag savings on every new Sierra, Acadia, Terrain, Yukon, and Canyon.
Niall Maxwell's got the trucks. Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Experience the Volvo XC range today at the all-new Volvo Cars of Austin. Online at volvoaustin.com.
Waitress is a hit, praised the New York Times, with songs by Grammy-nominated artist Sarah Bareilles, an uplifting celebration of love and laughter.
January 22nd through the 27th. Order up at BroadwayInAustin.com.
At Hewlett Volkswagen, our customers are more than just customers, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. Maya writes, this was our 5th Volkswagen purchased from Hewlett, and I'm always treated like a good friend. Well, Maya, we are good friends. You and my 12,042 other besties I've met here.
Right now at Hewlett Volkswagen, save $3,000 on a new 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan. Now with the People First warranty. Hewlett Volkswagen is just a short drive down I-35 in Georgetown, or visit us at hewlettvw.com.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers, helping injured people get the most money possible.
Wainwright really lived up to my expectations. Hiring the right lawyers really paid off for me.
Wainwright Injury Lawyers. Respect. Justice. Demanded.
KXAN Weather is sponsored by Volvo Cars of Austin. Visit the all-new state-of-the-art facility at 7216 North IH35. Online at volvoaustin.com.
All right, 6:57 is the time right now. And here's a look at the day's top story. A terror attack in Africa kills a UT graduate.
40-year-old Jason Spindler is among the 14 people who died when an Islamic extremist group with ties to al-Qaeda stormed a hotel in Nairobi, Kenya. Spindler joined the Peace Corps after the September 11 terror attacks in New York.
Expect some delays on 2222 because TxDOT is going to be breaking ground today on a project to widen the road between Bonaventure Drive and Ribbleland Ranch Drive. So I guess you're already kind of used to delays on this road, but it's going to get better eventually. In about 18 months when the project is done, they're going to be having extra travel lanes in certain parts, also turn lanes and a raised median. That not quick enough?
Just a year and a half, yeah.
It's like Santa will be back next.
Better than nothing.
Hey, this is a live look at I-35. Check out those northbound lanes. If you're coming in from the south, this look is for you. Just give yourself some extra time coming in. A little heavy this morning on
Yeah, and one more day of this damp weather. A little 50s for your high temperatures.
One missing letter could have been so bad.
For what?
Damp.